Year One Blink here, back with another new Destiny 2 type of video. Today, we're going to be looking at the TWAB this week at Bungie, 11/17/2022. So let's take a look and see what Bungie has to say today. Okay, this week at Bungie, excuse me, 11/17/2022. This week at Bungie, we're talking Crucible. Finally, Crucible, guys. We've been getting mocked for the past 5 years. Welcome to another TWAB, Guardians. Time is flying by once again on our doorstep of another Destiny 2 season. We can't believe we're saying this, but we're already over halfway through November, which means just a few more weeks away from season of Redacted. This week, we'll be running a few fun topics with you all. In the immediate time frame, it's Trans Awareness Week. We have some wonderful words from Trans Bungie Inclusion Club. Next week, we're kicking off the Aliskini Quarter Community event. While Spider has sweet space, we think it's time to make some improvements for our friends. We also have some news on narrative bug fixes and a few challenges to Scallywag Steel requirements. We have a short and sweet update from our game security team. We introduced a few new detection methods to help keep things cleaner. Next season, we're kicking off Crucible updates. There's quite a bit to talk about, so provided the TLDR at the start of the section if you're in a hurry. I'll be honest with you, we're trying to keep the TWAB under 6,000 words. Spoiler alert, we didn't. It was always fun to have chunky blog articles, but in a bit rough trim. Weekly communications timelines. Sometimes there's just a lot of news. If you want to carve out some time and deep dive, this might end up being a 30-minute read. Keep it in mind, we're taking off next week TWAB cycle for Thanksgiving here in the States, so after this read, you won't be seeing a TWAB until December 1st. Trans Awareness Week. Before we dive into gaming news, we'd like to give a spotlight to our Trans Bungie Inclusion Club this week, Trans Awareness Week. They have wonderful words on importance on how to profit from the Bungie Pride pin will be used for better communities. You can also find a code for To Be True emblem below, just in case if you haven't redeemed it yet. Yeah, I already got that code. Go check out my video. I got the code. Show you how to download it. Trans Bungie, it's time to... I don't know that word. In a time as tumultuous as the recent years, it is especially important to remember that we stand alongside each and other times of strife. That's why the TWAB, we'd like to remind everyone about Transgender Awareness Week starting November 13th and ending November 19th for Transgender Day of Remembrance. We here at Bungie as a whole support our transgender non-conforming community and hope that we will join the celebrating those who have come before, those with us and those who will come after us. May your lights continue to shine radiant and proud, as all stars are part of the larger sky and the world would be darker without you. As a celebration leads into Transgender Day of Remembrance, we hope you'll join us to memorializing those in our community who we lost due to transphobic hate or violence. The transgender and gender non-conforming community faces unique difficulties and hardships, so we once again invite you all to support and remembrance by donating our Be True emblem. Unlock it, the code right there, guys. There is the code. As previously announced, all profits from the Bungie Pride November will benefit to the National Center of Transgender Equality, and a wonderful source of information and support both transgender and gender non-conforming community members, allies alike. We also encourage you to see there are ways to support your local community year-round. Community event, Improving Aliskini Quarter. Since Season of the Splicer, we've been finding our new Aliskini friends in some of the most unexpected places. Many corners of the tower have become safe havens for them, and even struggling with vending machines, a space at the last city also serve home for them. There's Zelensky. That was in the beginning of the season, I believe. That picture with the Drifter having a toast with the Alinsky. However, we've been noticing the Alinsky Quarter is a bit cold. While Spider has set up a cozy little shop to house his business dealings, many are still taking up residence in places without walls, shelter, or warmth. Mizrax is calling upon us to aid improving the living environment. Starting next week, the Liskini Corner community event is beginning. Here's how you can help. All Guardians will be asked to collect treasure in the form of captain coins from around the system to donate towards the Liskini Quarter, helping Spider with improvements to upkeep while Mizrax and Ido devote their time researching for relics of Nezrak. So we're trying to find the new bad guy, Nazrak, huh? Captain's coins can be found in destination chests, lost sectors, public events, and of course, Season of the Plunder, Catch Crash, and expedition activities. You can also find Captain coins in King's Fall Raid, Dares of Eternity, Strikes, Crucible, and Gambit. Thank you. Each Guardian will have their own personal donations reward track with an emblem, upgrade, materials, and swashbuckling ghosts. The community as a whole will pool their treasure together to help Mizrax and Spider improve the Liskini Quarter, receiving global community rewards, earned rewards, special Elskini thank you gifts along the way. Guardians may even find deep sight weapons to help completing their crafting collection. The community event only lasts for 2 weeks, so tell your friends and assemble a fire team and track down the treasure. As the event progresses, we're excited to see things shape for our fallen friends. Stay tuned for updates on our progress. Comms are clear just in time for the event. We also have a quick message from our development team for dealing with narrative voiceovers. Development team. Due to some space pirate meddling, the voice-over dialogue in the Catch, Crash, and Expedition may not have accurately reflected a character's progress through the seasonal story. We've made those bugs walk the plank, and now the correct lines will play for anyone who wants to jump back for the community event or do some last-minute campaign completion before Season of 19 drops. Next Tuesday, we'll also have some changes coming to Season of the Plunder title. Specifically, we'll be reducing some requirements to unlock Scallywag. We have some words from the development team to explain the changes. We've looked at the data of Season of the Plunder seal, and title is harder to acquire than originally intended. To earn the seal, you will still need to complete a vast majority of Plunder content and show mastery over the seasonal activities. Seals are meant to be an aspirational goal, but our data shows that certain triumphs were overturned. We're taking the feedback around Destiny's grind to heart, which is why we made the decision to deploy following changes before the season concludes. Drop ruffling completion value 10 down to from 50, while introduced a fixed prevent. You guys can read through all that. You guys can pause it if you want. I'm not going to read all this. All right, we'll read this though. Game security update. While we know you're hungry for Crucible news, we have one final update for you before we get to the goods. Earlier this week, our security team made some changes to help protect our competitive Crucible experience. We're keeping the details a bit light for the sake of security, but there's an update in their words. The team is continuing to improve upon detections and mitigations gained with the Battle Eye. With their help, we implemented a migration against network tools and used to gain unfair advantage in various activities. We will continue to collect data and observe the behavior and strengthen our detections as time goes on. The completion is best when fair. While we are evaluating this data, we will continue to issue bans to those abusing these methods. As always, please leverage out our in-game reporting tools and make a report right here on Bungie.net when encountering other players that you suspect may be cheating. I believe I ran into a few cheaters. I'm not too sure, and especially in Destiny 1. DDoS attackers for sure. All right, Crucible in the future. Finally, we got some Crucible news. Today we'll be digging into what the Crucible in Destiny 2. No, let me reread that. Today we'll be digging into what the Crucible is for Destiny 2. Philosophies behind things like quick play and ranked will be explained. We'll be speaking about quite a few general changes we're making as part of the upkeep. Some of these sections will be dense, others will be a breeze bulleted list and patch note previews. If you're not into deep diving, here's a quick bulleted summary for you. TLDR. We define our goals of the Crucible. Excuse me, guys. We define our goals for the Crucible ecosystem. We're updating the Crucible playlist structure to streamline our Crucible offerings to help focus on the Crucible population. Collapsing Control and Clash into a single quick play playlist. Wow. Bringing some of our lesser played game modes into weekly rotators. We're introducing new Crucible still and bringing engram focusing to Lord Shacks to give players more ways to engage in the Crucible rewards. In Lightfall, we'll be expanding engram focusing to include older weapons and armor sets across Crucible, Iron Banner, Trials, and more. Thank you. In Season 19, Iron Banner gets a new mode and a legacy armor set that veteran Guardians should recognize. We're updating our matchmaking techniques between skill connection and team sizes to provide better experiences in the Crucible. This starts with quick play and will roll out more playlists over time. We're also tuning quitter suspension parameters for quick play. We're testing new matchmaking techniques and trials and hopefully provide better experience to solo and duo fire teams without the need for freelance. Oh, that's kind of dope. This will also help us in reassessing the flawless pool for Season 20 and beyond. We're bringing more maps to the Crucible over the next year. 2 maps are returning from the earlier years of Destiny 2. A brand new map is being added during the year of Lightfall. We're introducing competitive division to act as our ranked Crucible space for players seeking to test their skill. Still here? Sweet. Following the changes we have developed by the team dedicated to Destiny's 2 ritual modes, what started with our Trials revamp mini seasons ago, we have become a fun development cycle that now spans multiple rituals. We have been focusing on given activities, Gambit, Iron Banner, and now Crucible. During the seasonal development to revisit and reset our goals and address player feedback. For Crucible, there's quite a bit on the table, and it's always been multi-part conversation. In earlier December, we'll have a sandbox balance information. Today we'll be talking about playlist modes and places you play. Without further ado, let's do it. Player experience goals. As a part of continuing the evolution of Destiny, we like to revisit various aspects of the game to see how well they will fit to the rest of the game. To help give us some context to the changes we are making to the competitive ecosystem, we would like to lay out our thoughts on the overall philosophy our player experience goals and how different aspects of the Crucible fit together. Casual Crucible, quick play, rotators, labs. Find a fair game, make friends, and stay as long as you're having fun. Real life comparison, pick up games at the gym. Iron Banner, week-long celebration of PvP in Destiny that draws in everyone. Real life comparison, expedition play / a block party. Trials of Osiris, prove your skill and build against worthy rivals. Real life comparison, high stakes pro AM tournaments. Ranked play, fair matches, measure your self growth. You can see and feel stakes are always high. Real life comparison, local recreational leagues. Private match, make the game you want to play with friends and stay as long as you're having fun. Real life comparison, game night with friends. With these definitions in mind, let's get into the thick of it. To help us achieve our goals, we have numerous changes planned for Season 19. Season 19 playlist updates. We begin our journey of the Crucible updates with a long look at what the current offerings of Destiny 2. There are objective modes like Control, elimination-centric modes like Clash, competitive modes like Survival, Elimination, Showdown. When going through the experience and looking back at the data, we felt it would be best to streamline some of these offerings and help focus players on specific playlist offerings while meeting our player experience goals we listed above. Starting Season 19, Crucible screen will have the following options. Quick Play 6v6. This is now a playlist with both Clash and Control. Uses loose skill-based matchmaking, which we have turned during Season 18. Weekly Rotator 6v6 free-for-all. Rotates weekly between Momentum Control, Mayhem, Team Scorch, Rift, and Rumble. Use Pearly connection-based matchmaking. So quick play is not going to be connection-based, dude. So we're going to still have bad connections. That's kind of, I don't really like that, but okay. Competitive Division, Freelance 3v3. This is now a playlist randomly picking Survival, Rift, or Showdown. These modes showcase a variety of playstyles designed to show how good you really are. Uses a new skill-based matchmaking system setting built using concepts we developed for loose SBMM tuning from the Titan to match more closely against your opponents of your skill. Crucible Labs. During Season 19, Labs is showcasing 3v3 Rift with asymmetric maps. Labs has a stacking 25% reputation booster. Crucible Labs uses CBMM. Connection-based matchmaking. Okay, so Crucible Labs, you don't have to worry about SBMM. Private match. This will continue to act as your place to train up in a given mode, play against your friends, host small tournaments, or mess with activity settings to make silly modes. Crucible screen will also update during limited time PvP events. Trials of Osiris 3v3. When Trials is active, it replaces Crucible Labs. Trials uses ticket-based matchmaking and a flawless pull through. We have some news on below too. Iron Banner Freelance 6v6. When Iron Banner is active, it replaces the quick play node. Iron Banner is going to be moving to loose skill-based matchmaking during Season 19. Here's an example of the image of the Crucible director will look like during the Iron Banner week with Rumble featured in the weekly rotator. They won't even have quick play when Iron Banner comes. That's crazy. So that's the picture right there, guys. Nothing too crazy. It's just showing us. Let's talk strategy and a bit more about player populations. We have a few analytics we like to look at to determine the playlist health. Average daily and weekly concurrent players, as well as weekly playtime per player in the playlist. Iron Banner, average population is high, playtime per player high, control high, playtime per player medium, Trials of Osiris medium, playtime per player high, survival medium, high low for mayhem, momentum high low, private match medium low, scorched varies, rumble low, showdown low. So yeah, key takeaways. To no surprise, the champions of both number of daily weekly players playtime per player are Iron Banner, Control, and Trials of Osiris. Glory Survival gets decent population and strong time per player. Rotators are a mixed bag. Momentum, Control, and Mayhem gets lots of players this week. They are active, but don't come close to getting as much playtime as offerings. Clash and Scorch do better or worse depending on the season of weekly offerings. Finally, we get to the always on options: elimination, rumble, and private match. You would think since private match offers eccentric rewards, drops, bounties, you would have the fewest players and the least playtime, but you'd be wrong, very wrong. With findings above, we decide to move some modes around. We've heard from players that generally enjoy Clash that would love to see it more often. We created the Quick Play playlist to feature both Control and Clash. To help focus player populations and invite more players to engage in solo Crucible combat of Rumble. We'll be moving this mode to our weekly rotator playlist to a few times in the season. Elimination will be unique to Trials of Osiris or private matches if you would like to practice. And Showdown has been moved to the competitive division playlist to get some variety as players climb to new divisions. As always, we'll be monitoring their experience, conversation, and data as these refreshed playlists roll out. Nothing set in stone. We're excited to see how things evolve over time. All right, Crucible rewards. Starting Season 19, players will have new triumphs, a new title to chase. We're creating a new title. We've had many goals centered around for players to express Crucible proudness, slaying enemies, capturing objectives, and even climbing through the divisions of our competitive division, which we speak in depth towards the end of our Crucible write-up. So yeah, that's those are some of the new challenges and stuff. All right, we got Lord Shax. Starting in Season 19, Lord Shax will offer ability to players to focus Crucible weapons and armor. Crucible will be the fourth of the core rituals after Trials of Osiris, Gambit, and Iron Banner to get a comprehensive engram focusing options, helping players specific piece of gear they've been hunting. Crucible engrams. Crucible engrams will be virtual currency and live exclusively on the rank progress bar on Lord Shax. Crucible engrams may be opened individually by players directly on Shax. Crucible gear focusing. You can focus on Crucible engram directly into either Crucible armor or Crucible weapons. Crucible gear focusing costs for Season 19. 1 Crucible engram, 10,000 Glimmer, 50 Legendary Shards. Crucible engrams do not need to be claimed in order to be spent on focusing. Individual pieces of gear must have been acquired to at least once prior to be available and focusing. Crucible armor available for Season 19, Clutch Extral set. Crucible weapons available for Season 19, Stars and Shadow, The Neen, Frozen Orbit, Survival's Epitaph, Sorrow's Verse, Crisis, Inverted, Riptide, and Out of Bounds. Brand new Crucible weapons are only available as drops during the introductory season, and those are available for focusing the following season. Other Shaxx changes: the Kill Tracker Ghost will no longer appear at Lord Shaxx if it has already been acquired. It may be re-required in collections. Introducing Iron Banner Fortress. Okay, here's the new game mode, guys. Back in Season of the Haunted, Saladin reestablished Iron Banner twice this season. PvP celebration for everyone. Guardians from all around wear their flaming Iron Banner armor to compete for the love of the competitions. Since then, we've brought Rift into Destiny 2 and introduced our first new mode since Team Scorch Eruption. We want to continue the tradition of introducing unique spins on existing modes for Season 19. Let's introduce Fortress. In Iron Banner Fortress, the core gameplay is capturing and holding zones. If that sounds like zone control to you, you'd be right. The real fun begins when Cattell gets involved, but we'll leave some of this for you to experience firsthand when Iron Banner Fortress launches January 3rd, 2023. Let's just say, a few of you may be dying to cap a hill. Oh, so it looks like Cattell's gonna attack us during Crucible. That's kind of with PvEs mixing into it. Iron Banner rewards. You guys can look through it. Oh, that gear's returning from I think Rise of Iron. We got a new matchmaking technique. Starting in the first week, Season 19 will be testing out new quick play matchmaking perimeter that should excite many of you. Fire team based matchmaking. At a high concept, fire team based matchmaking means that your fire team's makeup should match your opponent's. If you join a matchmaking queue as a full team of 6, you should generally match up against another full team of 6, depending on how long you wait in matchmaking. It might start a match against a fire team of 5 plus a solo. If you wait longer, you might start against a fire team of 4 plus a duo, or 2 solos. If you're a smaller fire team, you might match with a larger fire team against 2 fire teams of smaller sizes against all smaller fire teams. As well as with all of the other matchmaking parameters, as explained in Season 18 TWAB. FBMM can be as loose or strict as we want. For quick play, we will be fairly generous, allowing slightly mismatched fire teams if skill is similar and connections are fast. I mean, that's not right. No, just joking. Once we have the ample time to test the matchmaking settings, we're planning to roll out more playlists, Iron Banner, Trials of Osiris, and more as next season starts to just before the holiday period. We'll be taking a bit more to ensure things are solid. Expect more news and updates in January. Proving connection on a high end. Over the last season, we've been monitoring the adjusting of loose skill-based matchmaking settings that were applied to quick play. While we're seeing better matches for many players, we're also seeing issues with player connections when getting into the higher skill bands. To address this, we're planning to roll out the second new matchmaking feature. Yes, our programmers and tech designers have been busy, called Dynamic Skill Ranges. At the high level, this feature increases the skill window our system looks for when matchmaking. If you're a low population skill bracket and you're during a low population time, 2:30 a.m. Pacific, when many are sleeping or just waking up, the intention here is to increase the window enough to give those players at low population times additional good connections to choose from without harming skill balance significantly. This is the next step to the evolution of the loose skill-based matchmaking that we introduced in Season 18. We hope to roll out the dynamic skill ranges sometime in January, but we expect it to significantly increase connection qualities and matches in high skill players in control. We don't want to set a firm date just yet. Our plans will change as soon as we tune FBMM, but we will have more information as we get closer to pushing live. Wow, this is a long one, isn't it? Holy. All right, let's go back up. All right, quitter suspensions. During Season 18 rollout, SBMM has applied competitive quitter penalty to quick play playlists to help ensure the skill brackets were getting fair and complete matches. It was done as an emergency measure. We eventually made quick play had its own quitter tracking system and didn't share the one we use in competitive and trials. For season 19, we made the following changes: lowered the amount of suspensions times handed out for serial quitting and quick play playlists, adding the amount of time remaining on all suspension messages, and made the messages trigger when clicking on the node. If you want to know how much time you have left before you can play again, the information is now available. As we continue to roll out both new matchmaking techniques for FBMM and dynamic skill ranges, we address many of the players' feedback surrounding SBMM in quick play. We will be reevaluating the need for a quitter penalty in quick play at all. All right, you guys can read that last part. All right, Trials of Osiris. While Season 19 has been much of the focus on general Crucible playlists, matchmaking, and introduction of competitive division, we do have some upkeep planned for Trials of Osiris. For starters, we're following tradition with new weapon rewards for players to hunt for. Whether you are hungry for the best model of the Fable Adept variant, we have new Machine Gun 140 hand cannon up for grabs. Additionally, we're looking into the FBMM to Trials of Osiris in the future by introducing these matchmaking changes to the playlist. We're looking to provide a larger sense of fairness for smaller fire teams to eliminate the need of freelance node. Solos can match solos or fill in for teams of duos. Fire teams of 3 will match fire teams of 3. While we won't have changes of the flawless pool for Season 19, we are working on a paragram that will remove the flawless pool but still provides protection for players working on Trials reputation rewards. Expect more information later in Season 19 and Crucible Labs during Season 20, whatever. For the Year of Lightfall maps, the past year we saw the return of Destiny 2 maps, Eternity and Vostok. One map from Destiny 1, Cathedral of Dusk. A brand new map set in Savathun's Throne World, Disjunction. Much of our focus for this year of the map content was to give players larger spaces, lanes for sniping, and a bit range for pulse rifles and scouts and other ranged options. For this coming year, we're bringing back 2 maps from earlier Destiny 2. We've just started production on brand new map, which we expect to be released in Lightfall. If you have experience creating gameplay in spaces you would like to join creating Destiny content, be sure check out our careers page if you guys want to get hired. Not just competitive division. I'm just going to look at the bullets. All players can find a variety of balanced matches and feel competitive. All players PvP division is a core part of their Guardian identity. Maintain places in the ecosystem and not engage in ranked play, but still have decently balanced matches, or to not engage in skill-based matchmaking at all. What is competitive division? So this is our new division, kind of like I would say Apex Legends ranked, or maybe like Overwatch, being a Grandmaster, top 500, Apex Predator. Season 19, we're removing glory and adding 3v3 ranked playlists. Competitive division, which is a true ladder-based system. You got Copper, like I said, it's like Apex, Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Adept, Ascendant. So those are your 8. You want to be Ascendant if you're a god. Our goal is to provide players with ladders to climb the divisions to achieve giving a more accurate representation of skill than a concurrent glory system. Players who surpass Gold and begin to chip away at Platinum, Adept, and Ascendant will represent the best Crucible players that our community has to offer. Let's talk about how to climb the ladder. This is the higher level explanation on how things work. We'll be releasing a help article closer to the launch to get more in depth. At the start of the season, you will begin placement series during which you will not gain any division rating the first 7 games. After 7th game, you complete the placement series and are placed into the division based on skill. For the first season, the highest you can be is Gold 3. In future season, will be placed in closer to previous competitive division. Okay. As continue to complete the competitive division, your division rating is adjusted based on 4 major factors: match outcome, whether you win or lose; division inflation, deflation, how far above or below the division is compared to your skill; match performance, how well you performed in the match to match basis; player lobby skill delta, how your skill compares to everyone else in the match. As you earn and lose division rating, if you gain enough rating to move up up between divisions from Gold 2 to Gold 1, you automatically enter the next subdivision. Same goes for going down subdivisions. If you gain enough rating to move up the division from Gold 1 to Platinum 3, you enter a promotion series where you must win 2 out of the 3 games to be promoted to the next division. Similarly, if you lose enough rating to move down the division from Gold to Gold 3 to Silver 1, you enter the relegation series where you must win 2 out of the 3 games to remain in your current division. Upon reaching Gold or higher, the division rating is subject to decay on a weekly basis. You will lose division rating if you haven't played enough matches recently. Also, we have a small intro quest to demonstrate the competitive division system to unlock the reward listed in later TWAB. The quest is completed once for each account and will be available from Lord Shax to unlock Crucible, New Light, and immediately veteran players. You guys can read these rewards. Man, this one's very long, guys. So even if you aren't great at PvP, into the competitive division, earning and keeping your rank up will help you earn Crucible rewards 10 to 20 times faster now. The bonus stacks multiplies on the hidden bonus. As a note, reducing the bonus week and Crucible rank multipliers from 2.0 to 1.5 in Season 19, our goal is blah, blah, blah. With the added bonuses provided by the divisions, 95% of players will be earning more reputation over the course of the season than what's currently available. We'll be keeping a close eye on the change to ensure the negative impact on rewards that players are earning. We also moved unique glory playlist rewards. Mida multi-tool catalyst is now a rare drop for any win in the Crucible. Every thorn has a rose. Oh, we're talking about the rose? For our weekly participation rewards mentioned above, we're bringing back an old favorite. That's right, Rose is back for the competitive division. Rose is originally the legendary hand cannon during the Lumina exotic quest. It has a long history in Destiny in which it was corrupted and redeemed, and now returns with the random rolls and an updated perk pool. The Rose is coming back, baby. There's the Rose. I actually was using this gun in my montage. Hybrid fires 140 hand cannons, but allows you to move like a 150 RPM. That stats that blend to. It's perk list built from popular consistency perks designed to highlight 3v3 play. Random rolled grips instead of organ trait. How do you earn it? Though, when you complete competitive division intro quests once per character, you can get a drop with the perk selection Rose originally had. After the intro quest, you have a character-based weekly competitive division challenge to earn another role. That's it. Competitive division, earn 1 role a week per character. Future rewards and updates. We aren't done here. In this season's post-Lightfall, we are expecting to get further cosmetic rewards in competitive division. We are still working out the details of what you can earn, and you can start earning them, and how you can earn them. Expect more discussion when Lightfall launches. All right, we pretty much got through everything, guys. Crucible's coming out. Movie of the week. Let's check out the movie of the week, Telesto. Art of the week. Oh, that's creepy. It's a cat. Wait, where's this guy at? Telesto Overlord. All right. This is the end of the thing. Was trying to keep this under 6,000, but in the current draft I'm looking at, we smashed through the initial cap. Keeping this outro short and sweet. Apologies for brevity. No TWAB next week. We're out on a holiday. Planning to have a blog article from the Bungie Foundation, so keep an eye out. We'll be back for another TWAB on December 1st. See you next time. Cheers, DMG. All right, guys. So we're going to get some new... So to go through everything, we're getting some new maps. In Lightfall, we're getting a new Lightfall map. I don't know if we're getting new maps next season or in Lightfall. I'm not too sure on that. We're getting 2 Destiny 1 maps that should be coming back. They're fixing a lot of the quick play, and all that quick play is going to be like Clash and Control. So it's going to be one playlist. Trials of Osiris is going to be better. We're getting a brand new division ranking system. Just a lot of cool stuff coming pretty soon to Destiny, and it should bring a lot of the player base back. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I went through as much as I can. Man, this was a long TWAB. And yeah, that's probably going to do it for the video. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.